Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's daily message from Unity Clear Lake Center. Today's message from Lessons in Truth is The Secret Place of the Most High. Emily Cady begins this lesson by reminding us that at the heart of our being, the greatest thing we really and truly want is what she calls a clear, vivid consciousness of the indwelling presence of God. This consciousness is something that we cannot attain by ourselves. She writes, "We must drop the idea that this place of realization of our divinity can be given to us by any human being. No one can come into it from the outside." Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 to 9 reads, "By grace or free gift have you been saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, nor any human working. It is the gift of God, not of works." Cady calls this state of consciousness the secret place. So why does she call it that? Because as she writes, it is a place of meeting between the Christ at the center of your being and your consciousness, a hidden place which no outside person can either induct you or enter himself. She says that until there is a definite inner revealing of the reality of an indwelling Christ, through whom and by whom comes life, health, peace, power, all things, you have not yet found the friendship of Jehovah. She writes, "That which you so earnestly desire will never be found by your seeking it through the mental side alone, any more than it has been found through the emotional side alone. The secret place of the Most High, where each one of us may dwell and be safe from all harm or fear, is the point of mystical union between man and spirit, or God in us, wherein we no longer believe but know that God in Christ abides always at the center of our being as our perfect health, deliverance, prosperity, power, ready to come forth into manifestation at any moment we claim it. We know it, we feel our oneness with the Father, and we manifest this oneness." So God, the creator of our being, she says, must himself whisper it to each man living in the very innermost of himself, to be that overcomes, or is consciously in process of overcoming. "To him will I give the hidden manna, and I will give him a white stone, or a mind like a clean white tablet, and upon the stone a new name written, which no one knows but he that receives it." So this now actually gives an even deeper meaning to our white stone ceremony that we do at the first of each year. It's more than just affirming that our past is gone and we're freer now to be more loving, whatever. It actually means that the real truth of who we are comes absolutely alive in us, where we know the truth of who we are with our entire being. Cady writes, "What you want today and what I want is that the words that we have learned to say as truth be made alive in us. We want a revelation of God in us as life, to be made to our own personal consciousness as health, prosperity, joy, love, and so much more." She writes, "What we want today is a revelation to our consciousness of God within us as omnipotent power, so that we can, as Isaiah 55:11 states, by a work or a look, accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." Cady writes, "Each man must come to a time when he no longer seeks external help, when he knows that the inner revelation of my Lord and my God to his consciousness can come to him only through an indwelling power that has been there all the time, waiting with infinite longing, as she writes, and patience to reveal the Father to each of us. She writes that books and lectures are good, teachers are good, but you must learn for yourself that Christ, the Son of God, lives in you, that he within you is your light and life and all. She writes, so to each of us, the spiritual illumination must come from on high, that is, to the consciousness from the Spirit within our own being. This is the secret that the Father longs to reveal to each individual. It is because of the Father's desire within us to show us the secret that we desire the revelation of that in us. It's because of the Father's, or if you want to use the term source, Spirit, one, but it's that desire within us to show us the secret that we desire it. It's the purpose for which each one of us came into the world, that we might grow, as she says, step by step as we are doing, to the place where we could bear to have the secret of his inner abiding revealed to us. She writes, there are those who, in earnest desire to know God, are always seeking light for themselves, but neglect to use that which they already have to help others. There must be an equal conscious receiving from the Father and giving out to the world, a perfect equilibrium between the inflowing and the outgiving to keep perfect harmony. We must each learn how to wait repeatedly upon God for the infilling, and then go and give out to every creature that which we have received as Spirit leads us to give, even if only in silently living the truth. That which fills us will radiate from us without effort, right in the place in life where we stand. So she writes, we must learn how to be still and let Spirit, the I Am, work in us, that we may indeed be made, as Galatians 6:15 states, a new creature, that we may have the mind of Christ in all things. Katie writes, when you have learned how to abandon yourself to infinite Spirit and have seasons of doing this daily, you will be surprised at the marvelous change that will be wrought in you without any conscious effort of your own. So when I read that, seasons of doing this daily, it tells us that this is not a one-time shot. Daily meditation and contemplation upon Spirit, Source, the Christ of our being, for however long it takes, is what it takes to receive this. Katie writes this from Ephesians 3:14-19. For this cause I bow my knees unto the Father, from whom every family in heaven and on earth is named, that he would grant you, according to the riches of his glory, that you may be strengthened with power through his Spirit in the inward man, that Christ may dwell in your heart through faith, to the end that you, being rooted and grounded in love, may be strong to apprehend what all saints, what is the breadth and length and height and depth, and to know the love of Christ which passes all knowledge, that you might be filled with all the fullness of God. And that is my wish for you today, that the Spirit of God may come into your consciousness, clear away all doubt as to who you truly are, and surround you with the absolute knowledge of all of the kingdom of heaven in you as you, coming forth into your life. So many, many blessings to all of you today on this beautiful May 1st, this beautiful May Day. God bless. Have a beautiful one.